I don't envy the finance minister her job because this time it's a very tough job. All of us are like Oliver Twist with more, 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 asking for more, whether it is tax concessions or investment in our particular sectors, depending on which industry we're talking about. But the reality is that tax collections are way, way below budgeted numbers. So that's the big thing which I don't think people have focused on enough. I mean, I can give you a more detailed breakdown, but the main reason, of course, is that the nominal GDP growth has been so low. So nominal GDP growth, as per the ministry's own expectations, is supposed to be little over 8%. To give you some sense, in the last 20 years, the average has been 12%. We've never come in this range of 8, 9% ever. And whether it is corporate profits or it is tax collections, they are tied to the nominal number. So the real GDP, the headline number looks good, but the nominal GDP has been very sluggish, and tax collections have been even more sluggish. And part of the reason is that last year, and this is I had pointed out at the time of the budget itself, that at that time the nominal GDP growth was budgeted to be over 10%. So therefore GST and corporate tax you had budgeted at 10.5, 10.7 or so. But personal income tax, where rates were cut last year, the government had budgeted a 14.5% growth. Now that to me stood out even then, that how will this happen? And the only explanation can be that the government was budgeting a lot of money from the capital market related taxes, which obviously didn't come to pass. At the gross level, personal income tax has grown only about 1%. STT, which was supposed to grow 40%, has hardly grown. And of course, this year refunds have not been coming through. But even on a net basis, against a 11% tax growth budgeted, we are at 8%. And if that continues, there's going to be a 1.3 trillion shortfall. That's a big amount. And therefore, unless the government lets the fiscal deficit go, there has to be some cut somewhere, or at least, the increases have to be much less generous. And remember, government spending has been the big uh, engine driving the GDP growth in the first place. So government capex over the last 10 years has gone up 5 times. Not everything may not have been in that productive thing. So there might be scope to cut, but if you cut, that impacts the GDP growth. So I would think, as I said, I don't envy the finance minister her job this time.